left house at 16. Said,
Right.
I'm going to go live with this other girl, whatever.
I'm going to go live with this other girl. And
that's pretty crazy.
yeah, we were on our way. We got free tickets to Wango Tango. And I was starting to like miss school. I was starting to be a little rebel. I got my, belly ring, pierced. I got a tattoo. I was doing all these things because I was very closed. My mom had me in school all the time, wanted to make me, good. And I was, with my Christian family, the Italian family who, showed me my values, but I think they were too, protective, and I couldn't wear like, things showing my shoulder. And I was just, I wanted to be a teenager.
Right.
So
you've
I
been
ended
kind
up,
of repressed, and
yeah,
now
and
it's
I
time
was-
for freedom.
Right.
And now you're 16 without a parent in LA. That's crazy.
And we won these Wango Tango concert tickets. And on the way there, she started racing the guy who was taking us to the freeway. And then I remember saying, "Are you crazy? What are you doing?" And I was not wearing my seatbelt, and she was. And she actually had a knot in her seatbelt. It wasn't even working, her seatbelt, that well. And nothing happened to her, and the car flipped. We got in an accident. The car flipped 3 times, and I went out the window. So my whole life changed pretty much. Like this girl that was my supposed friend was calling her mom because she didn't have a license. She was 16. I was 17. And I believe it was a guy in a bicycle, which... if he ever sees me, I hope he hits me up because I'm dying to meet him. He saved my life. He called 911.
So you're on the ground.
On the ground,
bloody,
and I got up,
and
then
she's
I
calling her
fainted.
mom.
She's calling her
No
mom.
one's calling the ambulance.
Nobody's calling the ambulance, and this guy saw me, and he called the ambulance, and I was rushed to emergency where I had to have brain surgery. And if I wasn't dying, I probably wouldn't be here right now because I didn't have money. I didn't have insurance. And my mother didn't have a job really at the time. We were living off of pesos. She was renting an apartment in the Dominican Republic, our old apartment, and getting pesos, converting them into dollars, and that's why we lived in such a small place. It wasn't the same, because to live in my country, I mean, the dollar goes a long way, and not here, So it was really hard. It was really hard, and that's why when our parents move here from other countries, they want us to have a better life than they did, and they give up their dream, so you could live yours in a bigger way. And I'm just so grateful to my mom. And then after that,
I mean,
the
this
woman,
was a serious accident, like brain surgery. You were in a coma.
Yeah, I had kidney contusion, broke 2 vertebrae. I had a blood clot in my brain, so they had to, shave my long, beautiful hair, and I woke up 2 weeks later with a shaved head, crossed eyes, scarred face, crooked face, because my 6th nerve was being pinched, so that was like my vision, and then my face was paralyzed, only half of it, so I couldn't smile, and the doctor didn't tell me if I was going to get better. So of course my dream died the moment I woke up from this nightmare, and I saw myself in the mirror and I looked at myself crooked, and then I wanted to give up, and I tried suicide a few times, like taking pills. They had to give me medicine to throw up all this because I was just really depressed because, all the I thought, you had to be beautiful to make it in Hollywood, and the beauty that I had was taken away, which was my hair and my face was all scraped up. So I was, depressed, and I, as I told you before, this little girl came into my room, every day. And then one day I turned around and I'm like, "Who are you?" And she's like, "You had brain surgery too, huh?" And I said, "Yeah. What's up?" And she's like, because I had an attitude back then. When you're, after brain surgery, you're not the same. It was just your brain, you have to learn everything again. And even like being a human, I had to, that's why I went to a rehabilitation center. They had to see that I was stable, that I wasn't suicidal, that, I didn't have brain damage, that I could do math, that I could, find my way home if I was lost. They had all these tests for me. And I was the best one in that, children's hospital.
So you're 17, you're hanging out with a bunch of kids and learning how to walk again and learning how to remember.
And this little girl told me I was pretty. And after that, I became a volunteer because she was scared of the doctors. I was one of them, and she wouldn't eat if I wasn't next to her, and I painted her nails, and she would call out for me. And there was this other little girl, Mimi, who I haven't I haven't found yet. I found Melly again. We're friends. We go clubbing too, actually. She's awesome. And this little girl, Mimi, who I hope she was better. You know, when they would stretch, she has like a 1 in a million disease, and then when they would stretch her legs, she would cry because it hurt. So she'd cry out for me, and I would just hold her hand. And it was just the most beautiful thing. And then while all this is happening, you know, there was this other volunteer, his name is Oscar. And my mom, he's very cute, teenager. And my mom was like, she's gonna look like this one day. She brought like my portfolio. And, you know, I look terrible right now. And she's trying to hook me up with the volunteer, you know. Oh my God. But, you know, that's how moms are. She just wanted me to feel, you know, beautiful as well inside, or wanted, or, you know, I was a teenager, I told you. So it was just really hard because that's the age where you're finding yourself, you know, and you're insecure. And I was already insecure before I had the accident. So it was just a struggle.